Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets because as you guys have probably been watching over the last couple of days, Bitcoin is in a very precarious situation. Currently, we find ourselves trading around the 20 daily exponential moving average, and as you guys will know from the analysis we've done here on the channel, that is a very important level that Bitcoin needs to stay above. And in fact, in the last couple of days, Bitcoin has been testing, but has not yet fallen below that level of support, definitely speaking. Guys, the last 2 weeks or so of Bitcoin's price action definitely look like they have been upwards in nature, but we don't really know if the bears are about to take control back or not. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing where Bitcoin is heading now that we are testing that 20 daily exponential moving average and what our technicals and fundamentals say that Bitcoin is about to do. The simple fact of the matter is that the technicals, the fundamentals, and of course the traders drive the price action of Bitcoin, and in today's video we are going to be trying to figure out what each one of them say about the near-term future of our favorite cryptocurrency. Furthermore, guys, later on at the end of the video, on popular request, we are going to be discussing Chainlink. You guys have been asking quite a lot for me to cover this cryptocurrency and how it has miraculously risen all the way from outside the top 100 to number 12 on CoinMarketCap. So at the end of this video, we'll be doing some analysis on that. Stick around for that. Definitely an interesting altcoin, one I think you'll find very, very interesting recent history. Guys, before we dive on into it, I want to mention the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. As you guys know, we are constantly updating and adding new content to this course. Guys, there are 3 new videos being uploaded to CT2A over the next couple of days. In those videos, you're going to find all kinds of content teaching you how to trade and analyze these markets for a profit, guys. I've always believed that the best investment you will ever make is one in your own education. So if you are interested in learning more about cryptocurrency technical analysis, I would highly encourage you checking us out at the link in the description down below. More on that at the end of the video, but for now though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, the last few days, I believe, have been the beginning of a major turning point on Bitcoin. We have managed to put a short-term rally into effect, and even though we're technically trading below the 20D EMA right now, you're going to see why we're actually not in very bad territory. This may end up actually being a very good thing for Bitcoin, so let's go ahead and jump onto the chart and talk about that. Guys, I want to start off our analysis today by pointing something out, and that is that we didn't start seeing effects of the news of virus on Bitcoin until right around here in mid-March. This entire pullback on Bitcoin right here, this was all warranted based on price action and other data not involving the news of virus. Bitcoin was already going to have a big pullback here all the way down to about $8,300. Notice, Bitcoin started to pull back seriously after we rejected off the 20 daily exponential moving average, I might add, when the news of virus hit. From there, Bitcoin rallied farther and faster than any other asset class in the entire global economy. We're talking real estate, stocks, forex, precious metals, commodities, everything. Bitcoin outpaced everything except for a few different stocks, but in general, we completely wrecked the stock market. Bitcoin would rally 164%, returning right back to where it started and a little bit higher in less than 60 days. The reason I'm saying that here is to give you context, because a lot of people have been looking at Bitcoin for the last 2 months saying, oh, Bitcoin's stagnant, Bitcoin's trading sideways, oh, Bitcoin's not doing anything, oh, Bitcoin's super boring. But the simple fact of the matter is that Bitcoin's doing nothing more than flagging out, building a bull pennant, guys. Bitcoin's in a massive, massive bull pennant, and these normally break to the upside. And I think the fundamentals and the long-term technicals give us reason to believe that we're going to break to the upside. So what a lot of people are doing right now are we're looking in here, zoomed in, looking at the last couple of days of price action and not zooming out and realizing, wait a second, the longer term is massively on our side. We need to be going to the upside, and it doesn't make sense for us not to. So keep in mind that it becomes very easy when Bitcoin is trading sideways in the last couple of days, in the last couple of weeks. It's very easy to think, okay, Bitcoin's just trading sideways. Bitcoin's just being boring. Bitcoin's not doing anything. But no, guys, that's not the case. Bitcoin is consolidating. Bitcoin is locking in gains. Bitcoin is securing a VPVR level of support around $9,000 so that when we break to the upside, we won't ever really have to worry about falling back below here. We are building the foundation. Guys, you can't frame a house until you build a foundation, and you can't put the roof on a house that has no frame. You have to do it in the right order, and Bitcoin is doing it in the right order right now. So don't be discouraged because Bitcoin is trading sideways in the last couple of weeks, because Bitcoin on the longer term perspective looks very bullish. So let's talk about that shorter term perspective now that we have some perspective and some context on what we're talking about. Yes, in the last 3 days, Bitcoin has fallen, technically speaking, below the 20 daily exponential moving average. You can see we're currently trading at $9,230, and the 20D EMA is sitting at $9,260. This much is very true. But you also need to remember something we teach over here in the Academy. When we talk about levels of support and resistance up here in the introduction to the course, we talk about how every level of support and resistance has a zone around it, plus or minus about 0.5% to 1% above or below it. Whenever Bitcoin's trying to break resistance, you want to get at least 1% of the way above that level of resistance to confirm that breakout. Same thing with the support. But what is Bitcoin doing right now? We are bouncing just below the 20 DMA, which means that we are still getting support here. Even though Bitcoin is technically below it, we are still getting support in the zone surrounding it. Not only that, guys. Remember, guys, of the last 3 major candle wicks that we've seen, we have seen higher lows. And in the last week and a half, ever since the end of June, we have seen higher highs. Bitcoin, ever since about the 25th of June, is in a technical uptrend. Lots of people are complaining, saying, oh, we're bearish because Bitcoin's $20 below the 20 DMA. However, guys, remember, Bitcoin was $400 below the 20 DMA just a few days ago. What I'm more interested in is the fact that we have not just completely and utterly capitulated, and the fact that recently we have broken big levels of resistance like the 50 DSMA. The longer-term fundamentals are on our side, and the shorter-term technicals, albeit, are more bearish now than they were 3 days ago, but compared to where they were a week and a half ago, they're significantly more bullish. We have to have perspective, and you can't get so caught looking at a tree that you don't see the forest for those trees. So is Bitcoin bearish in the last 72 hours? Yes. If you're only looking at the last 72 hours in a void, then yes, we are bearish. But if you look at Bitcoin in the last 2 weeks, in the last 2 months, in the last 4 or 5 months, Bitcoin is remarkably bullish. And I want you guys to understand that because, like I've said so many times in this video, it's very easy to lose perspective if you are caught up looking at the last couple of days. A lot of people, when they're swing trading, they are looking at the daily chart, when in fact you need to be looking at the much longer term perspective. You need to be looking at what's gone on over the last 6 months. Where have the fundamentals gone? What do the technicals say? What does the influx of valuation into the space look like? Where's the volume? Where's the volatility? How much open interest is there over on Bybit and all these other exchanges? There is much more to technical analysis than just looking at the color of the candlestick. That's important, but you need the further context to be able to make some kind of rational argument about where Bitcoin is going. So guys, this video is about technical analysis. There are things that have been updated ever since we made a video yesterday, but more than that, I'm trying to teach you guys to make sure you're looking at different perspectives. People ask me all the time, Jeb, if I'm doing this kind of trading, what time frames do I need to look at? They can ask me if I'm scalping on the 1-minute chart or if I'm investing, what time frames do I need to be looking at? I just say yes. Which time frame? I just say yes. That's not an answer, Jeb. What do you mean yes? That's not an answer when I asked you a specific question. I said yes. The reason I say yes is because I mean all of them. I don't care if you're swing trading or scalping. I don't care if you're investing or working over on Bybit on the 1-second chart. You need to be looking at all of them. You need to be looking at the daily chart, the weekly chart, the monthly chart, and the 15-minute chart, the 1-minute chart, the 4-hourly, the hourly, all of these different charts. You need to look at all of them because you need to have context or you'll never understand where Bitcoin is going. Remember a few things, guys. Longer-term trends are always going to override shorter-term trends. So if you're looking at the 15-minute chart and there's a massive death cross happening on the 4-hourly and it's supposed to drag Bitcoin to the downside, I don't care what your pattern on the 15-minute says because the 4-hourly is going to override it. It's the same thing with altcoin technical analysis. Is why I don't do a ton of altcoin TA. It's because altcoin technical analysis is going to get overridden by Bitcoin technical analysis. If Bitcoin's going into an uptrend and an altcoin looks like crap, it's going to get dragged up. If an altcoin looks like it's going to fall, but Bitcoin rallies, it's going to rally also. There's a lot of nuance to technical analysis. It's not as simple as some people make it out to be. It is a very complicated process, but it doesn't have to be hard. It's complicated, but it doesn't have to be hard. That's just going to take experience. So anyway, guys, with all that said, let's go ahead and jump on to Chainlink because a lot of you guys have been asking me to talk about Chainlink recently, and, you know, quite frankly, I can see why based on the chart. Guys, what we saw recently on Chainlink over Bitcoin over on the Binance chart was absolutely remarkable. This is what is known as a 3 white soldiers pattern. We have 1, 2, 3 candlesticks. All of them are about the same size, and all of them don't have much of lower wicks. As I said, that would be called a 3 white soldiers candlestick formation, and those are generally going to be remarkably bullish. Right now, this looks like these 3 white soldiers are some kind of flagpole for a flag or a pennant, which would more than likely eventually break to the upside in the next few days. I think it goes without saying, but Chainlink is obviously above every single level of support on its chart right now. And one thing I really like about Link is that, as you can see, every time it pulls back, it is cyclical. It pulls back down to the 200 daily SMA right here every single time, and it bounces. I love seeing that pattern. That's what we saw quite a bit on Bitcoin back in the 2018 bull market, the 2016-17 bull market, excuse me. We would pull back to this level and we would bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and rally. That is what I like to see in a bull market. Chainlink is very obviously in a bull market, which means something very important. The trend is your friend until it ends. While I don't normally indulge in trading altcoins, Chainlink might be an exception. However, Keep in mind that even though Chainlink is in a very obvious bull market and is doing very well, and the project behind it must be doing very well as also, don't get sidetracked by this recent movement and think, oh, this is a great buying opportunity for Chainlink. Remember, what's one of the main golden rules you need when you're entering a trade? Get a good deal. Is this a good deal? 76 on the RSI? No, this isn't a good deal, guys. Chainlink is not a coin that you should really be thinking about entering right now. That is my opinion. That is not financial advice. Don't sue me. You know the spiel. But you came here for my opinion, and my opinion is that Chainlink is massively overbought to be entering a position right now. If you were going to enter a position on Chainlink, the time to do it would have been down here somewhere. Right now is the time that you would want to be selling. So does that mean shorting Chainlink right now? Not necessarily. I'd be very careful of that because this is obviously in the middle of a hype cycle. I could very, very easily see this coin trading sideways for a few more days and breaking hard to the upside after having consolidated that RSI, because sideways trading can pull the RSI to the downside. Very, very easy for Chainlink to do that, so be careful of shorting it, but I also would be very careful of entering a position right now. This is a coin that I would be very interested in entering an investment or longer-term swing trade, but now is not the time to do it, guys, so be very careful with that. One thing to mention also is that the MACD on Chainlink is massively, massively overbought. We're sitting up here at 4,000 points on MACD. That is definitely a bearish signal. And also be careful of how far diverged these histogram bars are. You guys have wanted my opinion on Chainlink for a while. I'm not going to get into the fundamentals right now, but as far as the technicals are concerned, they look fantastic, but now is not a time to be entering a long position, in my humble opinion. That is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Talk to your CPA and your financial advisor and your grandmother before you make any trades. Thank you very much. Good. My coffee is cold. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, there is one thing I want to mention, and that would be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, as you know, we've just started a sale July 2020 on CT2A. You can see that right over there. If you use that coupon code at checkout, you're going to get access to a $40 discount code when you enroll in the Academy. Guys, I've always said and I've always stood by, this is not just me trying to market to you. This is truth. This is what I tell my friends when they ask for advice. I always tell people the most important thing that you will ever invest in is in your brain. Look, guys, if you think you can learn technical analysis through someone else's program or on your own by doing it on YouTube the way that I did it, it took me 2 years. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but if you think you can do it on your own, by all means, guys. The goal of this channel is to teach you guys cryptocurrency technical analysis and to make sure you guys are informed and knowledgeable in this space. If you can do that without us, go for it. But I don't think you're going to. And here's the reason for that. I have never found another academy, another course in this space that has anywhere near as much content as CT2A does for anywhere near the price. Guys, we undercut the competition by nearly an order of magnitude, by nearly 10 times. There are courses with less content than we have selling for $2,000 or $3,000 in the space, and they don't even have the amount of content that we do, and I don't think they deliver as much value either, to be totally honest with you. If you want to learn technical analysis, it's very simple. Let me put it to you this way. It is an investment of time. You're not investing in Bitcoin right now. You're investing in time. The way that I invested in time, because I didn't have any money, was I just watched YouTube videos on technical analysis every single day for hours a day for 2 years. And I learned technical analysis that way. You can do that, by all means. But let me ask you a question. Was your time worth to you? Because I probably spent 2,000 hours learning technical analysis. If I spent 2,000 hours working $8 an hour, I brought home $6.50 of that, working minimum wage even. Let's do some simple math here. 2,000 hours times $6.50. Oh, that's $13,000 I could have earned working part-time all that time that I was investing in my education in technical analysis on Bitcoin. CT2A is $259 after the coupon code. It's a very simple comparison. To learn what we're able to teach in the Academy, it is going to take you a long time to learn on your own. You can do it if that's what you want to do. By all means, that's how I did it. It will work. It will take a long time, and there's a pretty good chance that you're going to quit. I didn't quit because I didn't have a choice. But I encourage you to make sure you're investing wisely, not only in cryptocurrencies, but with your time, because you can always get more money, but you can never get more time. You have a very finite amount of that, so make sure you're investing it wisely. Guys, if you'd like to learn about technical analysis, it is the most profitable skill by far that I've ever learned, the most fulfilling skill I've ever learned. I would highly encourage you checking us out at the link in the description down below. We do have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and yes, you can pay in Bitcoin, so says our neon sign back there. I love that sign so much. Anyway, guys, that is going to be a wrap for this video. If you did enjoy, as always, let's try and get to 1,300 likes. I think we can do it. We did it on the day before yesterday's video, and I know we can do it on this one. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. Before I go, though, guys, as always, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.